Hi, I'm Donna Jordan from Jordan Fabrics. I have a new project I'm going to try out, so you'll be seeing me try it for the first time here. It's a variation of the jelly roll race. So we're going to go down to the shop and pick out a jelly roll, and pick out some accent fabrics, and we're going to make a jelly roll drag race. I've got everything sketched out. This is my rough sketch that I did in the bathtub. I do a lot of my quilt designing sitting in the bathtub, but all we need is one jelly roll and a yard of fabric to go with it. So let's pick those out. I'm going to use one of the jelly rolls or strip sets that Matt cut. This is called Earth, and we're going to have to open it up because I really can't tell what all the fabrics look like in there, but they're all the hand-painted, almost solid style batiks, just like we've got here. So these are the kind of batiks that are in that strip set. It's got a lot of texture, but there's not real motifs. There's not leaves or flowers or birds or anything like that on this style print. I'm going to need to open the package up. I need to pick an accent color, and I can't tell what all the strips look like. So let's take a look, and then we'll pick an accent color that goes with these colors, but contrasts a little bit. Now we can get a really good idea of what these look like. And then we're going to take these stacks and we're going to put some accent colored bolts. I'm thinking of either a dark brown or a dark green. And I want it to be compatible, but I want it to show up just a little bit. So let's see what would look good with this. So I see a lot of possibilities. I think I would like to use something dark. That would make a really nice accent. That would be really good. Maybe want to do a gold one as well. That really brightens it up. That would look nice. That would be pretty too. It's nice and soft. The possibilities are almost endless. I really think I'm going to use the dark one. Now, you could also use a printier batik. I see a lot of them. So if you have a batik you like a lot, it will show. That would look really pretty too. It's got a lot of the colors in it. But I think it'll be stronger with a nice dark accent. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut every strip set in half. Every strip in half. So this is the fold here. I'm just going to cut that right along the fold there. That fold makes a nice straight line. So just put your scissors in the middle there and cut. Now we need to cut our background or accent fabric. So this is a yard. I need to cut 2.5 inch strips, and I can get 14 of them out of a yard. So I'm going to cut 2.5 inch strips, and then I'm going to subcut them all to 6.5 inches. I like to cut 4 layers at a time. You may like cutting only 2, and that's okay. I'm going to use my weight to stabilize everything, and I'm going to cut this all up into 2.5 inch strips. Now we've got them all in strips here. I'm just going to turn the board. I'm not going to move them. And I'm going to do 3 cuts, 6.5 inches. So if my one cut is going to be here, I want to make sure I've got 19.5. I do. I have plenty. I'm even going to move down a little more. So I'm going to just cut off the selvages here. Then I'm going to make 3 cuts. So we've got these subcut to 6.5 by 2.5. So this is all we need. A whole bunch of these guys and all our strips, and we're going to take them right over to the machine. There's no marking, there's no more cutting. We are ready to sew. Now all we're going to do is take one of these strips and we are going to sew one of these. Then we're going to add another strip. So you can keep your accent pieces straight like this, but I'm going to sew them on to make a diamond shape. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to cross this over so there's about a 1/2 inch of this showing and a 1/2 inch of that, you know, overlapped, little maybe 1/4 inch here, 1/4 inch there. Now I'm going to stitch right along here, and it's short enough that you don't need to mark it. You can just put it on the machine and aim towards that corner. If you want a little help, you can put a piece of tape on your machine. That's what I've got here, is a piece of tape that goes straight down from the needle hole. So I can leave this part right here on the tape the whole way up. So let me show you. So keep this intersection right along that line as you sew. Now, when we open this up, it's going to continue on the strip. So I like to have my scissors here with me, and I'm just going to trim this like that. Kind of a messy project. And then just finger press it a little bit, and then grab another strip. Grab a different color strip. So we're going to do the same thing with this one. We are going to leave about a 1/4 inch here and here, and we're going to stitch along that diagonal. There's no marking, just aim for that far corner there. Trim, same way, to about a 1/4 inch. And finger press. So we're going to do this with the whole stack. When we come here, we're going to add another one of these. Then we're going to pick up another color, not the same one we used. So we're just going to put that aside because it's the other half of here. We're going to pick up another color. You can put these in a great big mound and just pull out random strips. The idea is to have it all mixed up. And we're going to make one really, really long strip here. That is the very last strip. Now this whole step of putting these diamonds in here took a little bit of time. That was not the racing part, but now we're ready for the racing part. So we are going to hang on to the end of this strip here, and we're going to find the very beginning, which I luckily had pulled out a little bit so I can find it. And we're going to sew these two together. We're going to put them right sides together, and I'm going to slide this down a little bit so that my diamonds don't meet up, and just ignore that little bit of extra there. And we're going to put these right sides together, and we are going to stitch all the way down. So I've got about 7 inches extra there. So right sides together. This is the fast part. All of my seam allowances were finger pressed that way, so you can tell when you come to a diamond. Just keep those flat. And this part goes really, really fast. It's long, but it's a fast sew. Anytime you're sewing strips together like this, you want to be careful. Don't stretch either one. I'm almost at the end here. Now you may find, like I am finding, that your pieces were twisted, because this was one long piece and it's hard to tell if you've got it twisted. So that's okay. Just figure out where the middle of this is. It's going to be about right here. And just cut it. When we're all done with the quilt, we're going to be trimming up the ends even anyway. But that way we can line these up pretty close and finish off. Now I'm going to finger press the seam, and it's just much easier for me if I finger press from the other end. I could just spin it around, but this is just so much fun. So I'm just going to pull it all back, open up the seam, and finger press it all to one side. It doesn't matter which side, just one side. So let's see what's the easiest here. Let's finger press this that way. So I'm going to open this up and I'm just going to draw my fingernail or the pad of my finger right down the seam. This is really a lot easier than taking it to the ironing board. So I'm going to do this the whole way down. It doesn't take very long, but it makes the next step so much easier to have this flattened out. You may find that in some places you have the same fabric right up next to itself, and that's okay because it's going to be broken up with the diamonds and we're going to have other prints on the other side, so that's not really going to show. Don't worry about that at all. Got the whole thing finger pressed, so now we're going to follow the same procedure. We're going to take this end, we're going to find the far end, we're going to fold them in half again, right sides together, and we're going to drag it down a little bit again, I believe. So we just want, when we start here, we want the diamonds to not match up. So I don't want these diamonds perfectly lined up. So I'm going to move this that way a little bit so they're staying nice and random. And I'm going to start sewing right here. Right sides together again. Don't stretch anything. And sew the whole way down. Now we're going to open this up and finger press. It gets easier. The bigger it gets, the easier it is to finger press this. So you could see every time we sew these together, it's getting twice as wide and half as long. So the next time we're going to get 8 rows, and it goes faster and faster every time you stitch. Now I've got this end. I'm going to grab the far end one more time. Now let's see, we need to drag it down a little bit more so we can get the diamonds looking nice. Actually, looks pretty good right about there. So what I'm doing is just seeing where do I want to start this. And I'm going to start it right about there. I want those diamonds to be very randomly sprinkled throughout the quilt. That's why I'm dragging it down a little bit at the beginning. Now this row is going to go twice as fast because it's now only half as long. So I'm going to do this a couple more times and then the quilt will be all done. I got the whole top finished, ironed and trimmed, and this is so fast. Such a fast project. And you've probably seen Jelly Roll Race quilts before. This really looks a lot more interesting with all of these diamonds. Really, really fun, really fast to make. So there's 32 rows now. So I sewed 1 row, did it in half, I got 2 rows, then 4 rows, 8 rows, 16 rows, 32 rows, just using the same method over and over. Now I like borders. I think borders finish off the quilt really nicely. So this is the same fabric I used for the diamonds. I'm going to do a very narrow border out of this one, and then I'm going to do about a 5-inch border out of this. This looks really nice with the dark green and captures the feel of the whole quilt. So I'm going to put those borders on and then get it quilted up, and I'll show you how it turns out. The quilt turned out actually way better than I expected. I love the diamonds in it. It almost gives it movement, and the quilting just made it come to life. It was so fast and so fun. Again, a little bit slower because we added these, but it really makes the quilt just pop. This only took 1 jelly roll, 1 yard of fabric, a little bit for the borders. Now, you don't even need instructions. You can pause the video right now and take a look at all these. But it's so easy to finish this quilt up. So it came out to be a nice throw size. And I'm kind of excited to try it in some other colors. I used the same kind of batik on the back here. These are batiks from Anthology. They don't have a print. They just have hand-painted colors mixed together. But it's nice because it's not one single color, it's colors mixed. And all the prints in that jelly roll do that. The pattern would work with almost any jelly roll though. Really fun, really fast. Thanks for watching our tutorial today on how to make the jelly roll drag race quilt. It was a lot of fun to make, and that's the first jelly roll race quilt I've ever made. Way more fun than I thought. Now we have something else exciting. We're doing a giveaway for 3 quilts. The first one, the K Facet really bright, cheerful, fun throw size quilt. Really would brighten someone's day with that one. Now the contests are open to everyone worldwide. We will ship it everywhere. This is the second quilt. It's Daybreak. Stars, big and little stars. A little bigger than a throw. It's almost a twin size. The last quilt we're giving away is this great big queen size. This is a rail fence. It's done in the Imperial collection from Robert Kaufman called Asian Traditions. Big, bold spider mum flowers. Really big. You can really cuddle up with this one. Now it's really easy to enter. All you do is go to our website. We'll put a link that says giveaway. You just enter your email address and your name, and then hopefully you will win one of these beautiful quilts. You may have noticed that these are the same 3 quilts that we told you about in our last video, and we were giving away through Facebook. This is open to everyone. Everyone can enter the giveaway, and we hope you guys win. Now, if you went to our Facebook page and you noticed it's not there, that's because Facebook deleted it, but hopefully we'll get that back up and then we'll be able to share pictures back and forth with everybody. Happy quilting!